They're all out on the dining room table.
All right.
Oh, well.
Yeah, well, you can grab a flag, but we are now
Yay!
live. Happy July. Well, happy the day before July 4th weekend.
Right. This is our July 4th QFF.
That's right. That's
there
right.
you go.
We stay loyal. We work no matter what.
That's right. Well, I'm like you, Pierre. I don't consider this work. I consider this my passion, and this is fun for me. So I enjoy doing this.
I'm with you on that. I actually, golly, if we could only get paid to do this, how life would be wonderful. Life would
there
be wonderful.
You go. Anyway, good morning, actually good afternoon, everybody, on July 3rd, 2015. Pierre Rattini of MB Buzz and Susan Lucas here of Real Estate Tech Tips and Training, here again for our QFF, Quick Fire Friday, which is our brief 15 minutes. If you have any questions, anybody logging on, feel free to text it in the chat box there, type it in. Also, later on, we'll be posting this on Facebook for follow-up and after looking at it. So please, we're here every Friday from 12 to 12:15, sometimes a little over, and we just talk briefly on some topics of what we think realtors might be interested in. And we've been talking about Gmail and the different extensions and apps with using Gmail. A lot of great ideas and CRM, the contact resource management tools. And I think we're going to continue on with that today. Right, Pierre?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
What are we talking about today?
All right. Well, let me share my screen here, and let me get to the right one. It's this one. There we go. And I'm going to move this over here. How's that for width now? That I think I figured out. That should be nice and wide, right?
Well, believe it or not, Pierre, I can see your screen again. Let's see if it goes to the next one. So if you can make it a tad bigger, that'd be great.
All right, let me go up one size.
Again, because when we replay this, I'm sure it plays fine. If it could be a little bit bigger, that'd be great.
Even bigger? Okay.
And again, if it's bigger and I don't see it, that might be on my end. So just keep going.
Okay, cool. I think it should play fine because, but you can see it. It's just you would like it a little bit bigger. Is that what you're saying?
That's fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does that work? Okay, cool. All right. Well, we're going to start with active inbox. And by the way, I thought of this. I have gotten a couple of questions, and if somebody sees part 1 or part 2, because we've already covered, I don't know the exact number, but I'm going to guess probably 12 to 15 different apps and / plugins for time saving. And if anybody has any of those questions, please ask, because we can always dig further into some of these applications if they are of interest. I'm honestly, I knew about probably 80% of these, and about 20% I didn't, but were extremely highly rated. And I tell you, as I've gone through this process over the last 3 webinars with you, Sue, I'm making changes to my Gmail inbox myself.
Isn't it incredible?
Yeah, I mean, some of these tools are just, and I haven't gotten to test every single one of them, but I've researched every single one of them in a little more detail probably than most. And there's some, it's hard to pick a little bit now. There's some tools that are just really, really good. So let's jump in. So active inbox, they talk about it in their description, but this is perfect for the procrastinator, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And I've got a little procrastinator in me occasionally. And but what I think what this is best at is it allows you to go through large batches of email, and then you can quickly assign not only a priority but a due date to those particular emails, and it sorts them for you based on that, so that you can basically go, yes, that's the one I want to look at, or no, it's not. And you can, and again on our QFF page on the website, I will put all the links to all of this information, so you can sort of look at this and decide for yourself. But this one's pretty exciting. It's not a full-fledged, CRM or anything like that, but this may be the perfect thing as one of the tools that you add to help get your inbox sort of tamed, so to speak. So,
wow,
there is a free trial, but then you do, if you want to continue, right there it says a 2-week free trial. And then there's options, fairly reasonable, really. $3.30 to $5 per month if you paid annually. So I'm not sure what it'll go up a little bit if you pay by the month, but not that much money if you like the concept and the idea of it. So
basically, everybody, if they've been following us, what we would recommend is that they look at each one individually, see what the options are, and compare them and see what's going to work for them, what they are looking for in an email program.
Yep, absolutely. And then the next one is something called a Wayfind, and it constantly will monitor your email for you. If you're that person who would raise their hand if I asked you the question, hey, are you constantly checking your email because you're worried you're missing something important, or you might have not gotten that important thing, or you missed it within all your email, like I know my inbox at times gets so full that it's not impossible, and in fact the data supports that all of us do miss at least one important email every day. And if that is your paranoia, or you just don't ever want that to happen, this is a great program for it, because it allows you to assign filters to your emails, and for the ones that are very important and you've left the office and you're sitting there worrying about it, this will send you either a text or a phone call, and within that it'll have the content of that email or those key emails that you want to be reminded of. So
very good.
For real estate, I thought that just really applied, because I have a feeling that, you guys are out and about so much in the field, doing tours and visits with clients and stuff like that. There may be, a closing or some sort of document that needs to get done and you're waiting on it. This might be that perfect thing that reminds you of that. So,
right.
So that's a Wayfind.
Excellent.
Again, free trial with pricing, and I'll let everybody kind of look through and see if that fits their budget and stuff. But again, nothing overly crazy or anything like that. Any questions on that? Or things that you want?
I don't see any questions at all. So on this Wayfind, so this is something that you could have an email and you can send it to your calendar?
No, you basically set filters with it, and basically, if you're waiting for an email from so-and-so or a particular person, and you want to monitor it over this set period of time, if that criteria occurs, you're gonna be out of the office for the next 4 hours or 5 hours, and if that thing comes in about the closing, or I'm just using a real estate example, this thing would send you either a text or a phone call.
Oh, okay. So then you need to check your email.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, excellent. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, you don't even.
Is there any other program that does the same thing, or is this?
There are things that can do not that I've seen. There's so many options in some of these. I haven't seen one that I can remember that specifically does that. There is that. A lot of them have that snoozing, or a Boomerang has they call it Boomerang. That's what Boomerang does, for example. You can say, I don't want to deal with this email now, deal with it later, but that's not really the same thing. So
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great I can see that being used. Like you said, you're waiting for an answer on an offer, and you're waiting for an email or somebody to email you back, that you could just say, as soon as this email from buyer A comes in, please text me. That'd be great.
Yeah.
You're not constantly having to read email.
Yeah, I think so, and I'm so glad you're supporting it, because that's the sense I get from all the realtors that I speak to, is that sometimes they've got those things they're just waiting on for some, so important to something that's going to occur today or maybe tomorrow, and this, I think, will help alleviate some of the stress of sitting there constantly checking your phone.
Yeah, right.
Because email is one of those things you got to sift through it. Whereas if you get a text or a phone call with what that email is all about, then you're done. So.
When you get that, say you set it up to do a text message, will it link to the email, or just texting you to check your email? Do you know?
It'll actually text, and in your email it says that or in your text you'll have the actual copy of the email.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's even better.
Sort of the title of it, I guess. There's only so many words you can put in an email, but it may send it as an MMS, and I haven't actually done the process, but.
Well, I think that's something I'm going to check that out. That sounds like something that I could use really a lot of. So great.
Yeah, me too. So the next two things are we've talked about one of these, but I wanted to show it again. But the first one is the send and archive component.
Yes.
It's kind of the cheap, free way right in Gmail to basically, when you send an email, instead of it just sitting in your inbox, there's a way to give you a two buttons choice. One where you hit send and you want to leave it in your inbox because that's your way of basically knowing it's something you want to follow up on, or you've done your bit with it and you kind of want to have it go into the archive, and you can always search for it and find it later. If you go into your settings, which when you're logged into your Gmail account, your settings are right up here, and you would click that. That's the page I'm on currently, and right down here where it says send and archive, if you can see where I'm highlighting down here, send and archive. If you click on show send an archive button in reply, it'll actually be two different buttons, and the one that depending on what system and settings you have, it'll have like a down arrow in it, or it's the one that's colored blue on my screen. I don't know if that's the same on everybody's screen.
Okay.
And that's the one, when you hit that version of send, it's going to send it, and then it'll disappear from your inbox. It'll just go into your archive. It's there for you to access later at a later date. Versus if you have it selected to hide, it won't show that button. So, and the other one that we talked about, I'll just hit it here and I'll quickly go to my inbox and show you what that other part looks like, is enable the auto send feature, or the undo send feature, I'm sorry. And we talked about this. And,
auto send, that's cool.
yeah. And so last time I wasn't able to show it to you, but it is here now. And what they did was they actually gave you the choice of picking between 5 seconds all the way up to 30. And what it basically does is when you hit send, it's not gonna really send it for the amount of time you said. I've chosen 10 seconds, but this isn't gonna stop every email from going. It's just gonna delay it for that. I don't know.
You're braver than me. I picked the 30-second one.
Yeah, and so
because I have a habit of doing that. I'm telling you, I have such a habit of in Gmail, when I'm going to attach something, instead of clicking the attach button,
yep,
I hit the send button all the time. I'm like, oh, this is going to save me from look like an idiot now.
Yeah. And I think everybody will probably pick 30. I started with 10 because that's what I was anticipating. So far it's worked okay, because typically I'll send over, oh crap, and then 10 seconds gives me enough, but I probably should switch it. Right. But that's where that's done. And then to show you what I mean by the those send boxes, if I compose an email, this always does it. 1 second. Down at the, can you stop? I don't want to stop sharing.
I can't see your screen, so.
Hopefully this will show on the recording. Anyway, down at the, in fact, that's not showing it. Let me close that. Let me compose again. Let me reply to something. There we go. Can you see that now? Right here? Can you see this?
Can't go by me. I'm on your first. It froze from the first screen. So
when I put
I can, Pierre.
When I put my mouse over the one in blue with the plus sign in it and the down arrow, that's send and archive, and this is just the regular send. So if I hit this, I'm not only going to send this email, but then it's going to disappear from my inbox, but it'll still be available to me. And this one, it'll just send it, but it'll still be in my inbox. So that's what we're referring to there. All right. So moving on to the next thing. This is called Ref, or the refapp.co is the domain name here for this one. And refapp.co is an ability to auto suggest things in your email content, your copy, as you're writing your email copy. And I saved a little snippet because I thought this showed it better than I could. Hopefully this will work. Maybe not. Okay, well, let's do it this way. I'll just start. I don't know if you'll see this or not, but I hope you do. I know approximately where it starts, the part I want to show you. If you can see this, Miss Sue, great. If not, you'll see it in the recording, but you'll see that the person's using like the @ symbol to fill in contact information right within the copy of the email. Now they're showing using plus and a person's name to include their Google Plus profile and connecting that person to that person's information and various things like that. It's just a real nice way of coordinating, connecting people together, and just informing people about different things that you can do, as well as even documentation and stuff like that. When you look at the presentation, I think you'll see advantages to using the system and stuff like that. So, were you able to see that at all, Miss Sue?
No, no.
Okay.
We'll have to figure out why I can't see this, but I know that it gets recorded because I always go back and look at it. So we are at the 12:16 mark. So
okay, well, I will continue. That's the Ref app, and by the way, it does connect to both Facebook, Google Plus, Dropbox, Google Drive, Salesforce, LinkedIn, Twitter, and even a few others. So if any of those programs are something you like, it'll allow you to connect that information into your emails in a much simpler way, and I think you'll like it. So the next one is called Mixmax. And Mixmax is boy, it does a lot of different things. This is one of the ones that I'm still looking at, but it got a ton of great reviews, and so I put it here because I really do believe it's one that people should take a look at. It does things like track emails, meeting scheduling. It has a whole bunch of email templates that you can pre-design, especially if you're doing the same kind of email for specific things over and over and over again. So it's a big time saver. You can send your emails later, kind of a thing that's in Boomerang and nice. A couple other systems that we've suggested, like Banana Tag and stuff like that. It integrates with Google Drive, Dropbox, and Box. It does polling and some various other things, and it's a very well integrated system. It does a lot of things, and this is one I'm going to take a more serious look at here in the next little bit, and I'll advise further. But it just does a lot of stuff. So, moving on, because we only got three more things, I'm going to just go through them quickly so we can get completed. This is called SaneBox, and SaneBox basically is another one of these cool tools that helps you prioritize your important emails. It works with a lot of different email systems. If you can see the screen, it works with Gmail, Mailbox, Exchange, iCloud, IMAP, Outlook, Yahoo, AOL, and Apple. And so it'll work with most of the clients, even Tony Robbins himself. I mean, hey, you can't go wrong if Tony Robbins is promoting it or supporting it or whatever. And it's a really cool system. I do really like it and recommend people take a look. This one is amazing to me. I just started dabbling, so I can't speak a whole bunch, but again, the feedback has been really good, and it helps you. It's kind of a little strange, but it helps you communicate effectively with different people. It helps you almost write your emails, I guess, lack of a better way of doing it, in the style of the person that you're sending it to. And so I find that to be... Oh, interesting.
Now, what's the name of that one called?
This was called Crystal Knows.
Are you still talking about SaneBot?
No, sorry. This is a new one called Crystal knows.com.
Okay.
And this kind of shows you the email and how it changed the wording to two different people. It's pretty interesting. You can see it's got to be casual, it's got to be concise. It's just got different ways of communicating and translating your style so it matches the person you're talking to. And you can see, I don't know, again, if you can see this, but it shows you the different ways you can change your email and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And then finally, HelloSign, and this probably will explain to you why I was asking you about zip forms and digital.
I've heard of HelloSign. Mm-hmm.
And this is another one of those programs that allows you to get signatures, legally binding e-signatures for business. So if you, for whatever reason, you're not using, zip forms and digital ink, this is one of the ones that a lot of people are using that aren't in real estate, but I know a lot of realtors who are also using this. And it does those things. That being said, I was reminded that there was a new update to digital ink. Now you get free unlimited signatures for realtors. So one of the reasons this was one of the things I was looking for is I didn't know that until we had our little discussion, but there you go. But that's it. Those are all there's more, but I think this part 3 is the summary of all the key tools that that we've been talking about and sharing. And let me just show everybody, and I'll wrap up here if that's at least my part of the specific presentation. Let me go to our site, and I'll show everybody. This will be put up over the next day or so on the site. But if you go to mbuzz.com and you go to QFF right up here at the top, we're current as of the last webinar. So if you go down here, webinar 619 and the one on 626, 619 was part 1 of all of these applications and extensions. There's part 2, and you'll see, I mean, I literally, the links to everything are right here, a little description, summary of everything, so you can kind of look at it all, of each and every one of the things that we covered in each section. And I'll do the same for this part as well. And we will be adding that right down here below. So 7.3's recording will go right here for everyone. And of course, you can go back and look at all the ones we've done since the very first one back in January, February, March, April. I can't believe it's already been. We're in April, May, June. We're into our fourth month.
July. Yep.
I think already. Right? Something like that. Yeah. So
awesome. Flies when having fun, Pierre.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I love doing them with you too. I know you had some announcements about some webinars and stuff.
Coming webinar for the Coastal Carolinas Association Realtors, aka CCAR. So that is July the 9th, which, believe it or not, is next Thursday already.
Yeah.
And we were doing we're going to talk about some things that agents can hopefully gather some information and pick a lead gen tool that they want to use for that. There's also going to be a zip forms training in July from the board on that. I don't remember the date off the top of my head, but that's coming up in July as well. And that's what I have. Pierre, what are you doing over at the board? Anything over the summer there? Your training continuing on Wednesdays?
Yeah, that'll pick back up, I believe, in August. And, of course, we got our webinar next Thursday and our QFF next Friday. I'm going to be, by the way, I'm going to be broadcasting from Canada. I'm doing some business up there and also some fun. So I think both times I'll be actually broadcasting, hopefully, from the lake. So I'll be broadcasting live from Northern Toronto.
Very nice.
Yeah. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Pierre, we are at 12:23, so let us get off here, and everyone can get out there and enjoy and be safe. You enjoy, and Pierre, have a great trip. Be safe in Canada.
Thank you, and you too. I hope you have a great 4th. Everyone have a great 4th of July, and we will see you next Friday at the same time.
Next Friday. See you at, if not on the webinar, July 9th.
Sounds great. Happy 4th.
Have a good one. Same here. Bye.